right. All right. Boom. All right. Good. We're live. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But I like to. Oh yeah, I like to. I like to have something different. Like to be a little different on that. But tonight we got something good going on. Tonight we have something good going on, and I'm continuing to the communication series. Um, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. So I'm continuing the communication series, and tonight, over the next 10 days, I am talking about communication, and I'm giving you communication strategies that have helped my people, whether they were dating, whether they were in relationships. And I'm going to show you, and on the 28th, I'm doing a communication challenge. It's called Communicating to Get Your Needs Met. And there are some of you out there who need to be better at communication. You just need to be better. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. I'm going to get into that in a minute, but I'm going to teach y'all something tonight. So grab your pens, paper. If you do it on your digital, get your digital stuff, because I'm going to teach you tonight. And tonight's conversation is, how do you have a difficult conversation with someone? And a lot of times people don't know how to have difficult conversations. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to say it. They don't know when there's something they need to say, but they're worried about how the other person is going to feel about what they have to say. And so tonight, the coach is going to teach y'all how to have a difficult conversation. So get your notes. All right, get your paper, your pen, your pad, whatever you need. But before we do that, I gotta ask you. I have to acknowledge you, and I want to know where you're checking in from and your name. Where you're checking in from and your name. All right, so that I can properly acknowledge you. But yes, we're gonna talk tonight. And then at the end of our conversation, I'm going to give some of you an opportunity to coach with me. You know what? And I'm going to do it in a way that you're going to need to take advantage of it. All right? All right. But let's get your name. We got D from Georgia in the building. Well, we got, what's that? Atom? We got from New York, Adam Atom. I'm not sure. Atom. We got Tan from Miami in the building. We got Sarah from New Zealand in the building. Big Mike, my guy from the A in the building. What's up, Big Mike? My man. Tamika from New Jersey. We got Lena from NYC. Hey, y'all, Big Mike. I don't know. A lot of y'all know that I'm on the show, the TV show, Unfaithful Caught in the Act, that comes on Tuesday nights on MTV. What's up, G Miller? G-Ho. I'll see you soon, my buddy. But Big Mike is the head security on that. Big Mike keeps me from getting beat up or any physical harm coming to you, coach. I love Big Mike. That's my guy. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Felicia from Philly in the building. Gail from Milwaukee in the building. Bridget from Dallas, Texas. Naisha from Greensboro, North Kakalaki. Robin from South Africa in the building. Let me see who I missed. Zoe from Raleigh, North Carolina. Tamika from New Jersey in the building. Who did we miss? Kenya from Baltimore in the building. We got Hattie. Oh, no. What's up, Connie from Hello Kimberly in the building? From my good friend from growing up. Connie Jordan in the building. What's that? Jaban O'Neill in the building. Thank you so much. I got all of my platforms up, y'all. If y'all can see my hookup, I got Instagram, I got TikTok, I got Facebook and YouTube. So if you would on TikTok, give me some likes. They invite people as you give me the likes. If you would give me the likes on Instagram or the hearts, they invite people as we do. What's up? What's up? Jenny from Tampa. Hold on. What's good? Tamara from Florida in the building. All right. So tonight, let's get busy. So tonight we're going to talk about how do you have difficult conversations with people? How do you have difficult conversations with people? And so I want to tell you about one of my clients. So one of my clients wanted to have a difficult conversation with her guy because her guy wasn't sexually satisfying her. And so she wanted to have the difficult conversation. They were in a relationship, and she felt like she wasn't getting the kind of attention, the kind of intimacy that she wanted. And I want to ask you this question. How many of you think you are a good communicator? Now, I don't necessarily, you can answer yes if you can answer no, but I'm going to give you the litmus test in a minute. And I told somebody before I got on, I was on another live, and I said that 98.3% of people are not excellent communicators. They're not. And so what I wanted to do was I wanted to over the next couple of weeks, I was going to teach people how to communicate. Now, I get it, but I get it. Some people think they are. All right, I get that. But I often say this, and let me ask you this question. Have you ever wanted to communicate something, but you didn't communicate it? You didn't communicate it because you either didn't know what to say, or you were afraid, or you didn't know how the person was going to take it, so you did not say it. Okay. And so, does that sound like anybody here? Sound like anybody here? All right. And what I will say is, come on, TikTok, give me some likes. Give me some likes on TikTok so I can get some more people. I need to get up to 1,000 likes. Give me some hearts. Give me some likes, y'all. All right. So, what I'm going to do tonight is I am going to help you have those difficult conversations. So, like you're in a whether you're in a relationships, somebody says it's better to write it sometimes. Well, I'm not going to agree with that. Sometimes it's better to write it if you feel like the other person won't receive it by you saying it. And so I get that. But writing is not always the better way. And here's why. Because the way people determine communication is this. 60% of our communication is determined by nonverbal, meaning gestures, facial expressions. Okay. 33% is tone of voice. 7% is what we actually say. So when you write something, I get it, it can be effective, but writing many times leaves out another part of communication, the nonverbal part of it. That is why I tell people, if you have to text something that has emotion attached to it, do not text something that has emotion attached to it unless the other person is unwilling to listen to you. Unless the other person is unwilling to listen to you. And so tonight, I'm going to teach you how to do it. I'm going to teach you how to communicate in an effective way. And I've been doing this series because so many people, so many relationships are destroyed because people don't know how to effectively communicate. And some people feel like, you know what, I'd rather not say it. I'd rather simply suppress what it is I want to say, what I need to say, in fear of the outcome of the communication. And y'all, the reason I've helped save 299 marriages and committed relationships is because I'm going to teach you how to communicate. You know, the number one reason that relationships fail, number one reason relationships fail is because, listen to me carefully, write this down. I need some likes, y'all. They're coming on TikTok. Give me some likes. The number one reason is because of uncommunicated expectation and needs. The number one, it is not infidelity. It is not infidelity. It is not money. It is not the things we think. It is uncommunicated expectation and needs. Allow me to give you an example. The example is this, is that in a dating scenario, does this sound like anybody? In a dating scenario, all right, you dating scenario, you dating a guy, right? And the guy doesn't open your door. And you've gone out on a couple of dates, the guy doesn't open your door, and you say that's a red flag. And then you say, forget it, I'm done. And you pull away from the guy because you had an expectation of him opening your door, and he never opened your door. And then the reason I know this is true is because I actually had this to happen with one of my clients. And then I asked my client, I said, well, let me ask you a question. I said, you got rid of it. I said, did you like the guy? She said, yeah, I liked him. I said, tell me what you liked about it. She's told me all of the attributes. He communicated, we got along, we laughed, all of the preliminary things. And she said, but I had to let it go because he did not open my door. And then my next question was, did you communicate that you desire a man that you're in a relationship with or that you're dating to open your door? She said, no, I did not do that. I said, wait a minute. She said, he should know. I said, he should know? I said, what do you mean? I said, he should know, but you didn't tell him. So what you're telling me is you are penalizing him because he doesn't know what is on your mind and you are unwilling to communicate it. And she was like, well, he should have been raised right. And I shook my head and I said, because you're a poor communicator, you're not going to have a great relationship. I said, because you're saying he should have been raised that way. You don't know how he grew up. The thing is, you're making the assumption you're abdicating your responsibility to communicate and you're putting it on him. And so a lot of people who are listening to me tonight, you might say, well, how was he raised? Deidre just said, who raised him? Well, Deidre, let me say this to you. Because he wasn't raised like you does not mean he was raised wrong. What it means is, instead of looking at the true problem, we're looking at someone else. The true problem is that you failed to communicate your expectation. The true problem was you didn't want to communicate your expectation, and then you punished the other person for not knowing what the expectation was. Yes. And so let's get all different. You're right. We are all different. So we cannot assume that the other person was raised the way I was raised. We cannot assume that the other person that knows what my expectation is. We cannot assume that the other person understands what my needs are. And so we have to become better at communicating. So tonight, I'm going to teach you a strategy on how to communicate difficult things, difficult conversations. Have you ever been in a difficult conversation and you didn't know what to say? You didn't know how the other person was going to react? You have some difficult conversations right now you need to have with your mother, with your parents, with your children, but you don't know how to say it. And so what you've done is you suppressed it. You put it down. You've done all of those things, and then you blame them for not knowing what is in your heart. So let's get started. How to have a difficult conversation. Y'all, and I've taken some time to write these down, just like I tell my people when I teach them. So the first thing I want you to understand are, Gigi says, my needs and expectations are different from a sibling 1.5 years younger. We were reared together. You're absolutely right. Everybody's expectation and needs are totally different. All right. So let me give you an example. So get your notes. First thing I want you to understand is that when you're approaching a difficult conversation, do not approach the difficult conversation gleefully, like, hey, in a playful manner. You don't want to approach it in a playful manner. You don't, and the first thing you don't do, you do not ask the person, you don't start with the whole idea of how are you? You know how people like, how you doing? How you doing? That's not how you start a difficult conversation. The first thing you do when you have to start a difficult conversation is you ask the person for permission to have their time. Now watch this. You ask them, hey, I'd love to talk with you. Is it okay if we have a conversation? The first thing that you want to do when you have a serious conversation is you ask the person for permission to talk. You ask the person for permission to have their time. Hey, I'd love to spend 5 minutes with you. Is that okay? Would you mind if we talk for 10 minutes? I've got some things I would love to talk to you about. You ask the person, because what we do a lot of times when we're having a serious conversation, we just blurt out what it is we want to say. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you about this, this, and this. Right? The reason why you ask the person for permission to talk with them about a serious situation is because now when the person grants the permission, the person is saying, I am okay with you to share with me something serious. Because when you say, hey, when you approach it in a playful manner, like how you doing? All right. All of a sudden, you ever notice when somebody come to you like that, you already on guard? But when you ask the person for permission, I'd love to have permission to talk with you about something. Is that okay? Do you have time now, or would you like to do it later? You ask for permission. And then the second thing, the next thing that you do after you ask for permission to have their time is if the person says yes, if the person says yes, yes, they will be engaged in a conversation. Dama 0613, you're absolutely right. Then the second thing you do is you thank them for giving you the time. I appreciate the time. You ask for permission, then you thank them for making the time. When you thank them for making the time, all of a sudden you engage them even more and you diffuse any potential negative energy. All right, do y'all understand what I'm saying? First things first, what you do is you ask for permission. Now, let me tell y'all something. I'm teaching y'all this stuff because most of us do this shit wrong. God, I said I was gonna stop cussing. I done stop cussing for the most part. Most of us do it wrong. Most of us, we just want to get it out. We just want to get out what we have to say. We just want to say what it is and get it over with. And so once we say what it is, because we have anxiety centered around us having a serious conversation. So the first thing you want to do, the reason why is because you want to get it out so quickly because you want to arrest your anxiety. You want to soothe your anxiety about it. But what happens, your anxiety is ultimately going to rise because you are doing it incorrectly. So what do? You ask for their permission, then you thank them for their permission. All right. Those are all the first step, part of the first step. Then the second step is this. The second step in talking about something serious is you say, hey, is you start the statement with, I need your help. I need your help in what? And then you might say, I need your help. I need your help in understanding. I need your help because I'm feeling a certain way. I need your help. I need understanding about something. I need your help to know about this particular thing. I need help in navigating these feelings that I'm having. I need help in understanding something. I need help. Now, notice what I just did. When you're talking about a serious situation, I need you to help me to understand this particular thing. I would like to know blank. All right. Now, why am I need your help in understanding? I need your help because I'm feeling. I need your help because I don't understand this particular thing. Now, why is that important? Why is that important? Here's why it's important. Whenever you tell a person, I need your help, now the other person goes from an adversary, an opponent, to a partner. See, listen to me. Whenever you're telling a person, whenever you're trying to get something serious, you're saying, I need help in understanding this. I need help. I want understanding this. I need you to help me. Now all of a sudden we become partners. Right. Now check this out. The way you ask for help is you use what I talked about on yesterday. You use I language. You use I language. I I need your help because I feel blank when this happens. I feel blank. I need your help in understanding what I'm feeling. I feel like when we don't spend time together, when you're gone a lot, when you're working all the time, when you're spending time with your friends, I feel like I'm not getting the best of you. I feel like our quality time together is diminished. And I want to understand and I want us to discuss this. You see, when you use I language, I talked about it yesterday. I language is different than you language. You see, when you say you did this, you are not spending quality time with me. You are spending too much time with your friends. The other person's perception is that you're complaining, not communicating. Remember what I said. The other person feels like you're complaining. I said this yesterday, and I want to ask you a question. Do you know the difference between communication and interrogation? I asked one of my clients that today. Do you understand the difference between communication and interrogation? And she was like, no, aren't they the same? I said, no. I said, the difference is perception of the person who is receiving the communication. You see, think about it. Sometimes you feel like a person is interrogating you, don't you? Whenever you say, you this, you that, why you do this, why you do that, now you feel like I'm being interrogated. But if the person uses I language, like I just told you, now you feel like the person is communicating what's on their heart. Y'all, the reason I've saved so many relationships is because I'm teaching couples. I'm teaching couples how to communicate better, right? I'm teaching people who are dating how to vet a person. Y'all, I'm gonna get into that later on. That's gonna be one of the days. One of the days I'm gonna talk about this, my new book that I just wrote. I revamped the book that I wrote called Just Ask. 250 questions to know he's the one. Most of us can never get to know someone because we don't know how to ask questions. We don't know how to communicate. I just finished this book. You can get it on my website now. The revamped book was uploaded today. It's an ebook called Just Ask. 50 questions to know if he's the one. I broke down step by step for 7 chapters exactly how to get to know somebody because we're doing it wrong. I teach you how to write, to answer subconscious questions. I teach you how to get beneath the surface. I teach you how to not get to know somebody by asking just conscious questions like, what school did you go to? Who's your favorite team? No, you're never going to get to know somebody like that. That is the reason why people get in relationships and 6 months later, they realize, you say the person has changed. The person has not changed. It's just that you did not know how to ask subconscious questions to get beneath the surface to connect with the person on a deeper level. And when I wrote the book, I wrote it initially 3 years ago. 3 years ago. But I rewrote it over the last month because I've learned so much about psychology. And now I understand this methodology that I've created called subconscious communication. Y'all, it is so powerful. It is so powerful. Let me ask you a question. I wasn't going this route, but I'm going to go this route. First of all, We attempt to get to know people by asking what we call conscious questions, like, how many children do you have? What school did you go to? Okay, who's your favorite ball club? So we ask those conscious questions and we think we have things in common with people. Oh, they like the same thing I like, right? Unfortunately, it's not on Audible right now. It's just reading. I just finished it and we uploaded it today. I finished it over the last month. But then what if you decided there was a methodology that could teach you how to get below the surface to truly understand who the person is? Watch this. By asking subconscious questions, like for instance, like one of the subconscious questions that I have that I teach people, when you ask the person, you want to know about how the relationship they have with their mother, and you say, "Hey, tell me one thing that you learned from your mother that you take with you today that has helped shape you, that has helped shape the man that you become today." Well, that man is going to say, "Wow." And then you ask the question, and then he answers the question. And then I show you in the book how to go deeper, how to move from one question all the way to find out what his relationship is with his mother. So when he gives you the answer, then you say, "Wow, you learned that from your mother. Tell me why that's important for you today." Well, then you go deeper. How has that helped you in developing into the man you are today? Now, all of a sudden, one question, you've gone so deep inside the person that you say, "I like this person," or "I don't like them." But now you can truly determine if the person is in alignment with you. Y'all, this stuff is deep that I'm teaching people. I am so committed to relationships. I am so committed because I believe in love. I am not the person. I've been married 23 years, and 16 years ago, my wife and I were headed to divorce court. It wasn't until I learned how to communicate better. I got training, I got coaching, and I said, I'm going to be a better communicator. And now my wife and I rarely argue. We got into a discussion the other day. It was sensitive, a sensitive situation. I do save the lives on Instagram, so you can watch it. We get into a sensitive situation, and the very things that I'm teaching y'all are the things that I use. And my wife, it's essentially, and I got kind of frustrated, I got upset, but I remembered, follow your training. And I told my wife, I said, "Honey, watch this." I said this. I said, when you retreat and don't answer the questions, and when you shut down, I feel shut out. I get frustrated. And I have trouble communicating during those times because I don't know how to bring you out of your shell. What I'd like to do is when we discuss sensitive issues, I'd love to come up with a formula where you talk, I talk, and all of a sudden, she said, "You're right." And something that could have taken us 4 days to get over, it took us essentially 4 minutes to get over. And so, what I'm telling y'all is communication will literally change your life. There are two things. And I'm going to tell all of you about the challenge I got coming up. I am committed to teaching you how to be better. Whether you're dating, whether you're in a relationship, whether it's friends and family, whether it's your children, y'all, we got to be better. I got a challenge coming up called communicating to get your needs met. And there are a lot of people who don't want to change. Now, if you don't want to change, I get it. I get it. But there are two things going on. Number one, your willingness to say it, to do it, to do the strategies, to have the courage. All right. Because maybe you were taught, maybe you have trauma, and maybe you were taught you should be seen and not heard. Maybe you were shut down. Maybe your voice was silenced by somebody in your family. I'm going to teach you, number one, how to interrupt that pattern and get the courage to say it. And then number two, I'm going to teach you the strategies of how to say it. And once you learn these two things, you're going to begin mastering the things that are going to make you better in all of your relationships. In all of your relationships. And y'all, I'm just telling you. When I'm telling you about communicating sensitive issues, I know I got off task. I know I got to, but I want to get back to it. I said the second thing is you ask for the person's help, right? And then when you tell the person what you need help with, here's what you do. That creates the dialogue. That's when you start telling them, I feel, using I language. Here's what, when this occurs, I feel this. When this happens, I feel isolated from the relationship. Now the other person doesn't feel like you're complaining. They may not like what you say, but they feel like you're communicating. Y'all, this is amazing. And then once the conversation starts, what I'm really trying to do is one thing. I'm trying to create a perception that create the perception that it's not me against you. It's not me against you. It's us against the problem. That is why the language that I use, it creates that kind of scenario. That language creates the conscious programming, and so what it does is it diffuses any way that you might say it's me against you. Now it's us against the problem. So I'm gonna give you the third thing that I teach people when you're dealing with a serious issue, when you're dealing with a difficult issue. The third thing is you confirm where you want to go. This is so powerful. This is the part that a lot of people don't do. When you confirm where you want to go, I want us to communicate better. Notice what I just said. I'm not saying you don't spend no time with me. You're always with your friends. I didn't say that. What I said was, I want our relationship to go. I want us to spend more quality time together. I want us to connect more intentionally on an intimate level. I want this to occur. I want that to occur. Notice what I'm doing. I'm putting the focus on what I want to happen, not what I don't want to happen. And then when you tell the person what you want to happen, you simply follow it up and you ask them, what would you like to happen? Okay. What about you? And then you shut up. You let the person talk. You shut up. You become silent. Now, silence, they call it a pregnant pause in communication. They call it a pregnant pause where you pause and you let the other person speak. But you know why? But you don't say anything, even if they don't say anything. You get silent and you be quiet because silence is uncomfortable. And the more that you allow the person the opportunity to speak, they may not be used to speaking, but I've just asked you a question. And some people are gonna say, well, coach, what if they don't answer the question? I'm glad you asked. And that's what we're going to talk about in our challenge, but I'm going to give you this nugget right here. If the person doesn't answer the question, many of you might get mad, but here's what I tell you to do. I say this. I say, you know what, coach, I'm talking to coach now. You know what, coach, this question might be difficult to answer. I get it. It may be difficult to answer. Maybe you don't want to answer it right now, but I want us to get to a point where we can talk about serious things like this. We can, and I just want you to know that I'm here to discuss that. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. Most people, the reason why they're not good at relationships is because they don't know how to communicate. I'm telling you something. A man, and a lot of y'all, some people might get triggered by what I want to say. What I would say. I did a video about what a good man doesn't want. And I said, a good man doesn't want a woman who is combative and aggressive. A lot of people got mad at me, and I don't care. You know, I don't care. But I told the truth. And there were so many men that said, you're right. Y'all, listen, whether you're dating, whether you're in a relationship, if you learn to communicate better, your life will change. It's that simple. It's that simple. Y'all, I am not a person. I'm not out here telling people, men are this, women are this. Y'all know me. I'm trying to help couples grow. That's what I'm going to do. And so this is what I want to say. I'm doing a 5-day challenge for those people who want to come. I got a bonus for you. I got a bonus for everybody tonight. Listen to me what I'm about to say. The challenge is coming up on the 28th of the month. It's going to the 1st. It's 5 days. And in 5 days, it's called communicating to get your needs met. Communicating to get your needs met. And each day, I'm going to deal with a different facet of communication. One day is conflict. One day is dating. One day is strategies. One day is mindset. I'm dealing with all the things about communication, and I'm going to teach you something. But then during the challenge, you're going to have to do something. I'm not going to tell you what you have to do. Some of y'all going, this is not a seminar. This is the challenge. I'm going to teach you, and then you got to do something with it. I might tell you, okay, here's what we got to do today. We got to call somebody. You got to reach out to somebody you hadn't talked to in months. And some of y'all going to be like, oh, because it is about action and mastery. I'm going to show you how to master being better. I'm going to show you how to be better at communication. I'm going to show you how to be better at communication so you can attract the relationship of your dreams. I'm going to show you how to communicate when you're dating. I'm going to show you how to communicate when you're in a relationship. And for those of you who want it, if you want to join this challenge, if you join it, if you're on TikTok or Instagram, go up to my profile. You'll see my Linktree link. Click on my Linktree link. Click on it. On YouTube too. Click on my Linktree link and you'll see 5-day challenge, communicating to get your needs met. And here's what I'm gonna say. You can go 2 different ways. You can do the general admission, and then we start at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Or you can do VIP. Now, VIP costs more money, but let me tell you what VIP does. VIP gets you an hour earlier with me, and I answer all of your questions. But here's the other thing I'm going to do. If you join VIP, I'm going to give you the book that I talked about, Just Ask. 250 questions to know if he's the one that I finished today, that we uploaded today. I'm going to give it to you for free. I will send it to you. All you got to do is email me, coachken@gmail.com, and say, Coach, I got VIP. I will know if you got VIP anyway. And then I will send you the book, and then you can come in early and you can ask me anything. Y'all, it's going to be amazing. If you want to join now, look, let me get the link right here. Here's the link for those in, hold on a minute, on Facebook or YouTube. I think it's YouTube. I just put the link in here on you. This is for YouTube. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, go to my bio section. Go to my bio. Click on my link tree, and you will see bio link tree. That's where all my stuff is, and you will see communicating to get your needs met. Y'all know I'm gonna be on here for the next for the next week. I'm gonna be on and off. I'm gonna be teaching y'all. And if I hope by then that y'all see that, listen, Coach know what he's talking about. I ain't saved all these relationships just by accident. It's because I am very intentional about teaching. At my heart, I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. Yes, I'm a coach, but I'm a coach who knows how to teach. I know therapy. I know therapeutic techniques that help you get out of the past, and I know coaching techniques that help you get into the future. I'm the total package. Just being real. Some of y'all been following me. Y'all know what I am. I tell my wife, God has uniquely gifted me to do the work that I'm doing, and I give him all the praise and honor. I do. I don't know who you serve, and I don't really care. I don't care. I don't care what your religious beliefs are. I can still help you. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, whatever you believe, it don't matter. We all have things we need to improve. And I'm going to teach y'all how to communicate better on a different level. Communicate to get your needs met. 5-day challenge. Click the link in my link tree. And if you get VIP, I'm going to give you my book. I'm going to give you my book, Just Ask. 250 questions to know if he's the one. I'm going to give you that free. All right. Other than that, y'all, that is my time tonight. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.